Hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we're basically going to be talking about breakup structures and change of character. Most times, traders, especially new traders, find it difficult to know when a structure has been broken and to know when the character of the market is changing. All right. So when you come into the market, what you are mostly going to find, it's very common for you to find that a market or the market is trending in a particular direction, right? Of course, we know that it's either the market is buying, it is selling, or it is in the range. Okay. So now, when you've already identified the market structure, the next thing you want to ask yourself is where is the market breaking structure, right? Where is the market breaking structure? But now, sometimes you may come into the market and it is not actually breaking any structure. It is trying to change the character of the market, right? It is either trying to go from an uptrend to a downtrend, or it is either going from a downtrend to an uptrend, all right? Most times it's not going to give you so much time it's not going to stay in a range for so long, and therefore this is the point where a lot of traders get confused about what the market wants to do, all right? The market is surely going to give you signs that it is about to change its structure, or it is still it is continuing a trend. By change of character, I mean it is basically moving from one direction, moving from maybe an uptrend to a downtrend, or from a downtrend to an uptrend. All right. So basic market structure. Let's look at this. Let's assume that when you come into the market, when you open your chart, what you see is the market is selling. All right. So let's say we are in a downtrend, right? We are in a downtrend, and you are seeing something like this. The market coming to break structure. All right. The market coming back, breaking structure, coming back, looking for a zone to retest, or looking for a zone, any zone. It can be another block. So in this case, let's use another block, right? So the market is coming to come back to this zone and sell from there, come back to this zone, sell from there. There comes a time when the market is no longer, again, what you should understand that there is no trend that lasts forever. If the market is buying today, in the next month or in the next week, you may decide to start selling. If the market is selling today, you may start buying, all right, any moment. You do not really predict, you just interpret what the market is showing to you. So let's assume that I come into the market and I'm seeing a downtrend, right? These are breaks of structure. This break of structure here, right? Another break of structure here. You can see where I'm marking. Come here, break of structure, another break of structure. Now, if you look at this very well, I'm basically marking that point where the market broke the last low. All right, the last low. This is a lower low, right? The market broke this last lower low, all right, to come here and form another lower low. Okay, the market can as well continue doing that. Come here, create another lower high, come here, create another lower low. So essentially what you are seeing on your screen right here is just a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and so on and so forth. Right? So there are points where that particular point where the price is coming from a lower high, and that point where it broke the last lower low. Right? This is just theoretically, right? This is just a textbook example. As you know, we eventually go back to the chart and see how this plays out. But that last leg that is usually being broken after the price has created or established a lower high, that point where it actually breaks a lower low is where we call the break of structure in a bearish market, in a downtrend. All right. So if you see the same thing, if you see such thing happening in another case like this, if we see something like this, all right, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and so on and so forth. If you see a market doing this, if you just come into the market or you just open your chart on any pair, your favorite pair, and you look at it, and this is what you see. Let me put this away for you. Okay. Let me put it. So we come into the market, and this is the only thing we see. You can see that market is breaking structure, right? It is breaking structure. So I am actually marking out those places or those zones that the market breaks the last existing higher high. This is the last existing higher high. This is the last obvious swing high. All right, you can call it higher high, you can call it the swing high, right? This is a swing high, this is a swing low, this is a swing high, this is a swing low, this is a swing high, this is a swing low. So the break of structure is that point, all right, or that zone where market breaks in an uptrend in this case, or in a bullish market. It is that particular area where the market or price breaks the existing higher high, all right, to form another higher high right here. Price is trying to form another higher high after this break. Let me make that bold. So after the market breaks this higher high, all right, it is going now to create another higher high, but it is leaving an order block somewhere here. All right, that is what price continues to do, continues to break structure. On your chart, it may not be as smooth as this, but just I just hope you get the idea, right? This is just break of structure, right? This is another break of structure. This is another break of structure. Essentially, what it does is that these are points where market is just trying to break the last existing swing high or swing low that it created to form another one. So in this case, price is essentially breaking the last higher high that it had. Price had to break this higher high for it to form this new higher high. Price broke this higher high right here for it to form this new higher high. All right, but it is good that a trader recognizes this point so that you know what to look out for. In a buy market, I haven't established that this is a bullish market. I want to ask myself, where are the break of structures? Where are the break of structures? All right, and then I go ahead to start looking for my entry. But in this video, we're not really talking about entry. We're talking about how to identify break of structure and the difference between the break of structure and the change of character. Now, price will not continue buying forever. Price will not continue selling forever. There comes a point where it begins to change its character from a bearish market to a bullish market, or from a bullish market to a bearish market. Okay, so now, having said that, let us assume that we come into the market and price has done this. All right, so let's say price is here. This is what price has done. So then you begin to see something like this. Of course, in your chart, you're going to be seeing small. Let me see. What you're going to be seeing will not be as smooth as this. This is just a theoretical example. It's a textbook example, right? This is not what you are going to be seeing on your chart. On your chart, you're going to be seeing from one swing to another swing. You're going to be seeing something like this. You even come and see something like this. All right, it will make a lot of movement before it gets to this one. Same thing, it will repeat the same thing. All right, even somewhere down there, you're going to find other movements, right? But if you want to identify your market trend, of course, you want to be looking out for the obvious swings. But within those swings, they're going to be seeing a lot of price action, price moving up and down sideways, different directions. Okay, so that shouldn't confuse you, because there will come a time when price is actually tired of buying and this time it wants to sell. All right, a time will come that the buyers have been exhausted. The market is now moving from an uptrend to a downtrend. So you may not outrightly, you may not immediately start to see something like this. All right, you may not see this. It's not every time that price moves in a range for a long time, indicating that it is in a point of indecision or it's trying to change the trend. It is not a must that it happens all the time. But this is why you have to be like, you have to pay attention to details in the market. All right. Now let me take this off. Let's say we continue seeing something like this for a while, and then somewhere maybe in the same time frame you're working with, or maybe in a time frame one step lesser than the time frame that you are using. So let's assume that, okay, I am using a 4 hour time frame. Maybe I scale down to 3 hours, 2 hours, or 1 hour, and I begin to see something like this. All right, I begin to see something like this, even though it hasn't broken this last high, this last low rather. Even though price hasn't broken this last low, all right, I want to be careful, right? I want to be careful if it is maintaining on the lower time frame, or within that swing, right, within this range, this swing range, within this swing range, from this last high up here to this last low. Remember, if price is in an uptrend, if market is in an uptrend, I want to be seeing break of structure, maybe coming back to this zone and moving upwards, coming back to this zone and moving upwards. The moment I see that on the time frame I'm using, especially if I'm using a higher time frame, the moment I see that price is coming to do something like this, and not just it stopping there, it comes here to break this last higher low. The moment it comes to break this higher low, I'm already looking out for a sell. I'm going to be looking out for a sell, but I may not do that immediately. All right, because sometimes this may just be a fake out. Now understand something, I want to be watching when the market is breaking that low with a body, a candlestick that comes with a body. All right, not just a wick. Of course, this is, if you look at the candlestick, right, if you look at the candlestick, you're most likely to see something like this. And let me, every candlestick have something like this. Okay, I know that most people like to use green and red. Now to identify a break of structure, I want price to actually break this my last swing, this low, this last swing low, this higher low. I want price to break it with a body, not a wick. All right, I want the price, the last low here, to be broken with a body, a candle body, not with a wick. All right, because if it is a wick, it can be just considered as a fake out. Market is just trying to fake you out to deceive you into thinking that it wants to start selling, but sometimes that is not the case. All right, so before I would consider this a change of character, which is before I would consider that price wants to move from an uptrend to a downtrend, I want to see this last swing low being broken with a body, all right, a bearish candlestick with a body, not with a wick, all right, preferably on the higher time frame, preferably on the higher time frame. Okay, so of course there are people who like to catch small movement like this. They like to catch the pullback, they like to catch the retracement of a particular swing high that is moving in a particular direction. Meaning that if price is moving upwards, it's not just going to just continue in one direct straight line. Price is not going to continue moving in one direct straight line like this. It's going to have retracement. So there are people who actually trade that retracement. So from here to here, that is a swing high. Some people trade from here to here as a retracement to the actual swing of that direction. Okay, there are people who do that, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about when the trend itself is trying to change, when market is trying to give you a signal that it is changing from a bullish market to a bearish market, or from a bearish market to a bullish market. So if I want to change my bias from bullish to bearish, this is what I want to see that price will do. This is what I want. If price doesn't do this, then I will just hold on for a bit or continue with my buy movement. Okay, so that is basically it. Let me take this away. So from here, I just want price to give me a confirmation that it is trying to change the direction. It is trying to change its trend. Okay, when this last swing has been taken out, all right, some people just jump into it. There are people who are like, they have more they have the stomach for more risk. Okay, their risk appetite is quite larger than some people. So some people don't mind once they see a break of structure with a change of character here. Once they see a body, a bearish candlestick, in this case a bearish candle, because price was initially in a bullish market, right? So once they see a bearish candle come to break this last low here, they just go ahead and start looking for selling opportunities, right? While some other types of traders come here once it has been broken with a bearish candlestick, depending on what your bearish candlestick is. Okay, so they want to come back here and they want to see price do something like this. It's either price comes here, looks for another zone that it has created on its way down to this higher low, right? They want to see price come to any of these zones. It's either this one, this one, this one, or even the external swing, all right? And they want to see price come down from that place. This is now like a confirmation that the price is, or the market is moving from an uptrend to a downtrend. All right, so they would not take that sell until they see something like this from any of the zones that price created along its way down, all right, from the last swing. So they want to see something like this, and then they start looking for selling opportunities. All right, they start looking for selling opportunities. This right here is just the major difference between a break of structure. We have marked all the break of structures here: break of structure, 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 change of character. All right, change of character, then break of structure here, right here. All right, this is the change of character, right? This one right here is the change of character. Okay, this is that point where price breaks. Price is not supposed to break this. If it wants to continue its buy movement, it's not supposed to break this last higher low, rather this last higher low. So at this point where price broke this, that's where you begin to say, okay. But some traders, especially those who trade in smaller time frames, they may have been trading a sell from this last uptrend, from this last swing high down to this place. All right, so they may have started because you may be trading from the higher time frame. If you are trading from a lower time frame, you may have caught that sell from here to here. All right, you may have caught that sell from here to this point, right? While some other traders are just looking for market to give them a clear indication that it is trying to move or is trying to change its character. All right. So this, like I said earlier, this is break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. So from here to here, if you come into the market and you see that, all you want to do is you want to be looking out for buy opportunities. All right. Like I said, the market will not continue in one direction forever. There comes a time when it will look for a way to change its character from a buy to a sell, from a sell to a buy. Okay, so that signal or that indication is what you want to look out for, right? This is essentially why you need to be able to spot where the trend is trying to reverse, right? The change of character is what shows you that it is trying to reverse. Okay, now a change of character here, then what we are now looking for now is a break of structure to the downside. Break of structure here. You understand? So it is price. This is the point. The break of structure in a bearish market is that point where price comes to break the last lower low, the last lower low that was existing. The last lower low has been broken to form another lower low. All right, and then it comes again, retraces, gives a small pullback and gives a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. All right, in a downtrend, the break of structure is that point where market breaks its last lower low to form another lower low. All right, in an uptrend, it is just the point where market comes to break the last higher high. All right, that point where the last higher high is broken is your break of structure. In a downtrend here, that point where market comes to break the last lower low, that is your break of structure. Okay, that is your break of structure. Let me just quickly mark out the rest. Let me quickly mark out the rest. All right, so break of structure, break of structure, break of, let me quickly that. Break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. Change of character, because we are now moving from an uptrend to a downtrend. All right, to break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. That is when price is coming from an uptrend to a downtrend. Now, break of structure and change of character, right? Break of character is majorly used for two things. One, some traders use it to know when the market is trying to reverse, when the trend itself is trying to reverse entirely. Some people use change of character as an indication for their entries. We may talk about that in another video. At this point, I would really love for you to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and please drop your comments and your questions and your suggestions down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get right to you. So let's quickly continue. This is for an uptrend. This is for an uptrend to a downtrend. What if price is coming from a downtrend to an uptrend? Okay, what if price is coming from an uptrend, from a downtrend rather, to an uptrend? So let's try that. Let me be really quick because I feel like you have already understood. So in a downtrend, we want to be seeing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, indicating that the market is selling, right? So let's assume that the price comes to a point of distribution, finish. It does this, does this, does. Now, like I said earlier, it is not a must that it must do all of this. It's not a must that it must stay in the range for a long time. Okay? Just whether it gives you a range or not, just make sure you are paying attention to when price breaks the last swing that is your point of interest. Okay? So let's assume that the price did this, all right? It is coming from a downtrend and then finally rests somewhere along the line, right? It's just giving sideways movement. That's, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but just in case the price doesn't just instantly move from a downtrend to an uptrend or from an uptrend to a downtrend. Price can give you some time just going within a particular range, all right? So now remember that the last swing, the last obvious lower high is here, somewhere here, right? So this is where I want to be paying attention to. Now, take note that price may not necessarily, it may not, it's not a must that price will come here and it must break, it must change the character. No, it can still decide to come here for some time, range within this zone, and then still continue selling. Yes, the market can be funny like that. Okay, so you can just continue selling. But that's not the case. I'm just saying for you to be able to identify. Now, looking at this, you are basically marking out break of structures, marking out another break of structure, another break of structure. So as long as price continues to give me break of structures, I want to be looking out for sell opportunities. Right? I want to be looking out for sell opportunities. But then a time will come that price will come to a particular point or zone. It may or may not range, like I said earlier, it may or may not range. So, but what I want to be looking out for to indicate that the market is trying to change its trend is just a change of character. It has been breaking structure down to this point. When it changes its character is when it breaks this lower high, this last lower high, or any other zone that is very close to this lower high. All right. So when price does something like this with a body, take note, with a body, because price may just come try to fake you out with a little weak. You may think that price is actually ready to start buying, and then boom, you just see price just comes down like this. All right. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when price actually breaks it with a body, especially if this body is visible or obvious in a higher time frame. Okay. Now I want to see price do something like this. Boom, with a body, please. Take note, with a body, right? It may either come back to retest this zone. It may either come back to retest this zone or this zone, down any of the zones that it may have down here. All right, and then shoot up and then continue giving this kind of movement. All right, so at this point when it has broken this structure, at this point when it has broken, when it has changed its character right here, I no longer want to be looking out for selling opportunities. All right, because it's a clear indication to me that the price is now moving from a downtrend to an uptrend, and it's not wise for me to start looking for selling opportunities when the market is trying to move upwards. All right, so from here I want to now start looking for break of structures here. As long as it breaks it with the body, I'm marking it out and looking for entries. Right, there are so many different type of entries for people who take with the trend. This video is just for break of structures and change of characters, right? So this is another break of structure. Okay. Another break of structure right here. So again, like I said, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, change of character, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. It's quite simple, right? I believe it is, right? So let's quickly see what it looks like on the chart, right? Let's quickly see what it looks like on the chart. Let's assume that we are somewhere. Let me see. We're somewhere here. Okay. So let's say we are somewhere here. This is GBP, USD, Great Britain pounds against the US dollars. So let's say we're somewhere here, right? And the price is trending upwards, right? Price is trending upwards. It's giving us this right here is the change of character, right? Um, another obvious break of structure with a body. You can see how. Let me get this. You can see how a body is breaking this structure. You can see a break of structure. So it's not like a fake out or anything. It is an obvious break of structure. This is the highest swing high. So price comes here, breaks another structure with a body. This purple candlestick, you can see it with a body, right? If you do not know, this is the body of a candlestick. This is the wick of a candlestick. These are all the wicks. Okay, so you can see that price has been coming here, breaking the structures, and I'm just basically marking it out. Like I said earlier, we're not talking about entries here. All right. So let's see that point where price came to not just break a structure, but it came to change its character. So in this market, since I've been marking the break of structures, I've just been looking out for buying opportunities, right? Uh-huh. So price, you can see here, price gave a double bottom here, but it was still unable to break this. All right. So I want to see where this is a break of structure. Again, I'll still be looking for buying opportunities, except now take note that this is my last lower low. This is the last line of lower low that I have. This is the last line of higher low. This is the last line of higher low that I have. So I'm going to be looking out for that, right? It is actually a demand zone, all right? It is a demand zone that I want to be buying from. But if price happens to come there and break that demand zone downwards, then I would, especially if it breaks it with a body on a higher time frame, I want to be looking out for selling opportunities now, not a buying opportunity. Okay, so let's continue. All right, you can see price kept doing its thing, doing its thing. All right, you can see that it was supposed to come back here and break this structure for me again. All right, but then it was finding difficult to do that. Instead, it kept retesting that zone. All right, it kept retesting this my higher low. All right, it came here again, broke the structure. Again, I'm still looking for a buy opportunity. All right, because you can see it has broken the structure. Now, bam, see it right here. All right, it came here. Now you can see that it broke it with a body. All right, it broke it with a body. It kept retesting that zone. It kept retesting that zone. But it actually broke it with not just even one. It kept retesting that lower that higher low. It kept retesting the higher low with weeks. I wasn't paying attention to it then when it was still breaking it with just weeks. I think it even touched here another week. It's not my concern until it actually comes and breaks it with a body, and not just one. I have about like 7 or 8 um candlesticks here, right? All showing me that price is trying to push downwards. All right. So remember, when price was still here, touching this zone with a wick, touching this zone with a wick, touching it here again with a wick, I wasn't really paying attention to it. Of course, it is an indication that price is trying to test the waters. All right. But until it breaks that low for me, I wouldn't just start looking for selling opportunities just like that. All right. You can see that here it's almost as if price is in the range. All right. So let's let's see what price continue to do. All right, and then he came again and gave a clear signal that price is actually selling. So from right here, I shouldn't be looking for a buy opportunity anymore. All right, I shouldn't be looking for a buy opportunity anymore. All right, all I have to do is just start looking for break of structure to the downside. All right, and then find your entry depending on different traders have different entry models. So that's basically it. If you come here, you can see that price is, like I said earlier, after price does this, it is going to look for any other zone within this place that it has formed before and look for a perfect zone to sell from. Okay, that is what it will continue to do and continue to sell from that place downwards. Okay, so I believe this is quite clear. You can see that it is no longer breaking a higher high now because it has already changed its character from here. It is now looking for how to break the last. You can see here it broke. This is a, let me take this from here, broken with a body, structure broken with a body, came back to look for a zone to sell from, come again, it came again, broke the structure, back here to look for a place to sell from. All right, now here it has come back here again to break the last lower low. All right, it is just going to be looking out for an opportunity to break your previous lower lows, your previous, because now the price has stopped going upwards. It's trying to look for how to break your lower lows. All right, so let's see, break of structure right here, break of structure right here. So this is my, let me hold on here, this is my last lower low and this is my last lower high. If price breaks this, right, and continues to go downwards, price is maintaining its downtrend movement. But this lower high is also a place where I want to pay attention to. All right, at any point that price comes here, breaks this point with a solid candlestick, then I also want to pay attention to it, to ask myself, is price going back to change its character again? So that is precisely, you have to pay attention to these things, right? The market mustn't do what you want. Just keep looking at the market. Now, hold on right here. You can see that it is true that price has come here. It is true that price has come here, but now look at it this way. It is just trying to test its waters here. It hasn't actually broken it with a body. So I'm not going to be paying attention to it until it actually breaks this lower high with a body. All right, with a body, not a wick. This is just a wick. This is the wick of this candlestick. This is the body of the candlestick down here. That's, I don't want to be paying attention to that. All right, so let's watch. If price continues to break this low right here, I should continue looking for selling opportunities. You can see right here it has changed its character. Why did I say it has changed its character? It has come here to break my last lower high with a body. It broke here um with a wick. I don't want to pay attention to that. I want to look out for when it actually breaks this lower high with a body. And now that it has broken it with a body, you can see that here is a very good, here now has turned to a demand zone, all right, that I want to maybe buy from. All right, as long as price keeps doing what it's doing, I want to be looking out for an opportunity to buy. All right, this is one zone I want to be buying from. This is one zone I want to be buying from. Okay, so I want to be looking out for, now that it has broken it with a body. Here, this is the candlestick that. So this is the candlestick. This right here is the candlestick that broke this. Lower high. All right, that gave me a change of character. So if price is coming downwards here again, all right, or if it's making a pullback somewhere, I want to be looking out for a demand zone that I will start looking for buy opportunities for. Okay, so let's continue to see what price is doing. All right, so let's pause that. This right here is a change of character. Let's put CHoCH. So this right here is the change of character. All right, this here also is the change of character. This is a change of character. But this right here, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, this is a change of character. So I want to be, now that price has shown me a clear indication that it wants to start buying, I just simply want to be looking for buying opportunities right there. So I hope the concept has been understood. All right. Keep following the price, right? And make sure that you are paying attention to your higher highs and your higher lows. If it's in a downtrend, you are paying attention to your lower highs and your lower lows. Pay attention to the last lower high or the last lower low that you have. And as the moment the price breaks it with a body, you want to be looking at the market with another bias. All right. So make sure that you are also careful about fake out. All right. If you're not careful, you may think that okay, price is trying to change character, whereas it just use a wick to spike and then continue moving in the original direction that it was moving. All right. So price can be funny like that. So that is basically it. I hope you have understood the concept. Like I usually say, you can't say you have understood it just by watching this video or any other video that explains break of structure or change of character. The way you know you have understood the concept is to go back to your chart and look for at least 5 to 10 examples, both on the downtrend and the uptrend. All right, both the downtrend and in the uptrend, and that is how you can see for sure that you have quite understood it. Okay, so that you have an idea of what you should be doing at any point in the market. You can see that price has continued the movement and it kept giving break of structure like that, and so on and so forth. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, comment in the comment section below, drop your questions, your suggestions, or how you even approach the market. I want to hear from you. If you want to learn more about time frames and other entry models, click on this video and I'll see you in the next one.